I used to think something was wrong with me. Why couldn't I adjust to corporate life like others, just like my friends who graduated from university in Singapore? Why did the casual office chatter always tire me out in the mornings where everyone comes into office and asks, "Hello, how's your day? How are you?" And I always have to give the obligatory same reply. And I asked myself, why do I feel that I dread lunchtime? Not because of the food, but because I had to rush out and again make the small talk and pretend everything was fine and go back to office to finish up the rest of my work and go back home. There seems to be no meaning. The early morning commutes, cold aircon in the office, and the numerous and endless PowerPoints presentation, Microsoft Excel files, meetings after meetings that felt like they existed just to exist, no meaning at all. They all drained something out of me, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally. So quietly, day by day, corporate life kills my soul bit by bit. I'm an introvert. I find meaning in deep conversations, one on one, not surface level networking. And yet, in my very first job after graduation, social drinking was a norm. It was expected by the bosses, by everyone. Events were everywhere. This is networking, they said. This is how careers are built. And I tried. I really tried. But year after year, I grew really tired of this culture. I didn't grow into the life. I actually shrank within it. Whenever I needed to go on solo business trips, I would definitely come back sick and unwell. My body was actually protesting even when I couldn't. I blamed my own immunity. Later, I then realized all this is actually stress. I was running on high alert, stringing myself up in survival mode in the corporate culture. My nervous system simply couldn't cope. I was unhappy. At my peak, I watched senior leaders, some of them earning mid five figure salaries every month, being retrenched just like that. The years of their inputs and dedication all gone with one email, one meeting, sometimes don't even have the last meeting. I saw that happen to people in my personal life and to people in the office. And I was shocked. I asked myself, if this is the end game, actually, what am I even working towards? If what I'm working towards might end just like that in 10, 15, or 20 years, when I was supposed at when I was supposed to be at the peak of my career, then what is the true meaning of life? I grew up one of the youngest in the family. My cousins were typically all 10 to 20 years older. That gave me a strange kind of gift, like a kind of foresight. I saw their lives, their marriages, their parenting struggles, the job losses through retrenchments. I watched closely, I listened, I observed, and I paid attention at the transitions. And I kept asking myself, what kind of life am I building? Is this even mine? A friend of mine passed from cancer in her late 20s. That was the moment I actually realized, what if I might become a caregiver one day? What if my parents fell sick or I had young kids who needed me? If I couldn't cope now, how would I cope then? Eventually, during my corporate life, I developed an autoimmune disorder and it became worse. I have to eat medicine every day. I have to see a specialist every 3 months. I didn't see all this coming, but maybe my body did. It knew this lifestyle wasn't sustainable for me. And yet, when I looked around, I was envious of the colleagues who seemed to survive in corporate life, even thrive in it. They were so skilled at managing office politics, making it all look so easy. Some of them genuinely enjoyed it. Others were simply better at surviving and making do and settling. But for me, I couldn't fake it. There's this feeling inside me that just wouldn't go away. The trust in colleagues at workplace became a minefield. Some of them taught me hard lessons about self protection, about betrayal, about how not everyone's intentions are clean. And every lunch break, if I even had one, felt like the only time I could breathe. I know now, looking back, it wasn't that I was weak. It was that the system just wasn't made for someone like me. Unfortunately, or fortunately. And this is okay. Because what it taught me in the quietest, most painful ways is this: I need to live a life that works with me, not against me. I cannot outsource my happiness to job titles or expensive holidays or shopping sprees to numb the pain that I had while having to survive in the office. I may not be built for the so called traditional path, but maybe I'm built for something that feels right, honest, and sustainable, even if it takes some time for me to find out exactly what is that and how to define that. It has been around 8 to 9 years since I left my corporate world. My autoimmune disorder subsided by itself soon after I left the corporate world. I become calmer and happier. I recorded this because I'm seeing some ladies who are in their early 30s. They are facing levels of self doubt, self denial. One of them, I talked to her this morning. The doctor diagnosed her with anxiety levels and depression. For the past couple of months, she has been checking in and out of hospitals due to various disorders of the gut. There were ear buzzing symptoms that she experienced that was so bad. She was suffering from throat burn. She was suffering from gut problems. She couldn't sleep well. Energy levels were low. She was feeling not good at all, not herself at all. I'm not sure what happened. It could be life stresses that put this ill feelings in her body. It could be that there's some aspects in life she's not yet learning how to cope or come in terms with. At this age, early 30s, we might have reached certain kind of career milestone, but at the same time, there could be some of us who are entertaining the thoughts of a different life, something that is less stressful, something that they feel more passionate about, something that they don't have to always escape from. Well, if this is you, you don't need to feel alone. I hope you can have the time and clarity to wisely choose your next path. Even though sometimes closing a chapter and reopening another chapter could means the giving up of a comfortable, healthy paycheck, but it could mean a more sustainable lifestyle, something that do not compromise your mental health. Of course, it would be wise to ensure that financially you are able to make these transitions well, or you have some form of support level around you that allows you to make this shift. I wish you best of luck. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.